Let's get to cooking. This is what we're doing today at Memaw's house. Here are the ingredients that we'll be using to make our old-fashioned yellow cake with chocolate frosting. 1 1/4 cups of milk, 1 1/2 cups of sugar, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 large eggs, 3 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1/8 of a cup of vegetable oil, and 1/2 a cup of butter. And of course, the list of the ingredients will be included in the description box. We're going to start by creaming our butter, our sugar, and our oil. And we want to cream this until it is light and fluffy. It will take about 7 minutes. I will spare you the time and I'll just show you a little bit of it. I hope you enjoy the music while I get this cream together. Now that that's all creamed, let's get our eggs cracked. And you know I like to do that in a separate bowl so that if I get any shells in there, they don't get into my batter. We'll add these eggs one at a time into our creamed butter and sugar. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and get our dry ingredients pulled together. And of course, you know I have my handy dandy sifter here. I'm going to sift these together in one container. Before I incorporate my dry ingredients and my wet ingredients, I'm going to add my flavorings. Today I'm going to add just one extra flavoring, and that is cream bouquet. Now if you watch Beautiful Tooth Creations with Donna, you know that she uses cream bouquet all the time. I got my hands on some and thought I'd give it a try. Now we're going to alternate the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. So I'll put in a third of my dry ingredients, and then I'll put in half of my wet ingredients, back to a third of my dry ingredients, and then the other half of my wet ingredients, and finally the last of my dry ingredients. So let's go ahead and get this cake mixed up. Now the last mix, of course, I'll do it by hand to make sure that I have all of my ingredients combined. Now I've prepared two 9-inch cake pans, layer pans, and I'm going to go ahead and divide my batter into each of these pans. While I'm getting this last layer poured, I want to take this time to thank my subscribers for subscribing and commenting and sharing my videos. And if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. We'd love to have you as part of the family here at Memaw's house. Both layers have been poured, and because these are dark pans, I'm going to bake this cake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. If your pans are light, I suggest you bake your cake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now here are the ingredients for the chocolate buttercream frosting. They will be listed below as well. We'll start by creaming our butter together, but we first have to get it into the bowl. Now I'm going to sift my powdered sugar and cocoa powder into 2 separate batches as I make a mess, into my butter. Now that that's in, I'm going to go ahead and mix that with the butter. Now that my second batch of sugar and cocoa powder is here, I'm going to go ahead and add my vanilla, and then I will add some heavy whipping cream after I determine how thick this icing is. If it is too thick for you, always add the heavy whipping cream, and if it's the consistency you like, you don't have to add a thing. Now the icing is done, and so are the cakes. So let's get those out of the oven. Now let's continue frosting our cake. I have frosted the bottom layer and am working on the sides, and then we'll get the top layer done and decorated. Now that I've looked at the cake, I decided I wanted another ridge around the bottom. Because, you know, I'm old school and I just kind of like having all that frosting everywhere. And it is for Thanksgiving after all. You won't see it until after Thanksgiving, but this was a Thanksgiving cake for us. So we're going to go ahead, get our icing in a bag, and we'll put some piping around the base of the cake as well. And there you go. Our cake is done. Okay, it's time to taste our cake. It is Thanksgiving. You see my turkey we've carved up a little bit over there in the back. I'm going to let Peyton get a taste of it because she's been biting at the bit. And let's go ahead and get it on the plate. Okay, got my taste tester here. She's been waiting to taste it.
It's nice and moist. The frosting is the right amount of chocolate.
Oh, good. Ooh, chef's kiss. All right. Thank you, Peyton. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. She gave it a thumbs up. Y'all be blessed. Bye. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I hope you give this chocolate cake recipe a try. If you do, comment down below that you did. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Y'all be blessed. Bye.